Hi everyone, my name is Laura Waft and I'm one of the advisors here at Ivy Options. Today I'm going to be taking you through our virtual workshop on how to write the UCAS personal statement. I'm going to give you an example of a good statement from one of our past students and some exercises that'll get you started on writing your own. So what is the UCAS personal statement? Well, it's an essay. It's basically like a resume, strung together in words. It's not a piece of creative writing that shows all about your personality, although it should be personally revealing. Rather, it shows how you are completely qualified for the course to which you're applying. In the UK, the process of university applications is completely course-driven. This means that for 3 or 4 years in the UK, you will study almost exclusively one and only one subject. Like a major in the US, in the UK you'll study your course, but you'll only study your course. That's why the UCAS personal statement has to read like a resume. You need to show that you're excited and perfectly qualified for this course. So you need to start thinking now. Do I want to study economics or business? Mechanical engineering or electrical engineering? And is it history or English? These are really important questions, and we want you to start now, so we've prepared some resources. You can find them in your Ivy Options folder on Google Drive, and you can look at course descriptions, you can look at course pages at specific universities, and you can look at some other things too, like rankings and other surveys from students that we've put in your folder. We hope this helps you figure out which course is perfect for you. Now, the rest of this workshop is going to assume that you know which course you want to study. So you'll have to do this research on your own time, but simultaneously, we're going to move you forward and help you think about how you write this essay. So let's talk about what you're going to write. The first thing you have to do is think about your audience. This essay is not going to be read by general admissions officers like in the United States. It's going to be read by professors or tutors who are expert in this field, the subject that you want to study. And they are looking for people who want to become experts as well. That's why your personal statement has to show your passion, your commitment, and your intellectual curiosity in your subject of interest. I'm now going to tell you the two main sections of the UCAS personal statement. The first section is why this course. We talked about why course is so important, but you also need to tell them why. Think about what led you to want to study this subject. Did a speaker come to your school? Did something happen in your home country? Did you learn something in class that just sparked an interest that grew and grew? Whatever it is, that information will go into the first paragraph. Now, I have a sample of an essay written by one of our past students, and I'm going to read it to you now. I want you to see if you can tell from this first paragraph what she wants to study and why. My curiosity about law started with a lavatory in rural India. Nisha, a disabled and impoverished girl who resides near my grandmother, had no access to a toilet. I initiated a fundraising campaign to provide her with adequate facilities. This introduced me to land law principles and the elements of contract law that governed fundraising. Reading What About Law by Catherine Barnard then led me to reflect on other queries. Would criminal law intervene if the funds raised were not for the reason stated? What remedy would there be if the toilet was faulty? The numerous legal issues raised by my philanthropic act made me appreciate the pervasiveness of law as a coordinator of society. The law's ability to influence every aspect of life inspires me to study law at university. She wasn't very subtle, was she? It was completely clear what she wanted to study and how she came to the point where she knew that. That's what you show in the first paragraph, why you want to study your course. So now it's your turn. We've created an exercise for you called Why This Course. It's in your IB Options folder on Google Drive. We want you to write down the name of the course that you think you would most like to study. And then we want you to write that first paragraph explaining why. Think about the personal experiences and anything else that led you to want to study this course. The more specific, the better. After you write that, there's one more task. Think about 3 universities who offer the course that you're interested in. Go to the course page at these universities. We want you to look through what you'll study if you did this course at their university. You can always find this on the course page, which is a page that lists things like entry requirements, year of starting, type options for the degree, and you'll look for something called modules, course structure, or even just what you will study. Then you're going to see it year by year, year 1, year 2, and year 3. And I want you to read through and look for the things on that course that sound exciting to you. For each university, write down 3. If you found a good fit university and a good fit course, you should be pretty excited by what you're reading. So that's the end of the Why This Course section of the UCAS personal statement. Now we're going to look at why me? In other words, why should they choose you over the hundreds of other applicants who want this course? After the opening paragraph, you'll move on to the Why Me section, where you will write 3 to 4 paragraphs on how you've pursued your interest in your course through both your academic studies and your activities outside of the classroom. So with respect to academic studies, if you're planning to take a biology course, you could certainly mention how something that you studied in A-level biology captivated you, perhaps something like cell mutation, and how you want to study it even more at university. Or if you're planning to study economics, you might write about how you've developed exceptional math skills through AP Calculus BC, making you ready for econometrics and everything advanced that lies ahead. But then, you do need to move on. They will read all about your courses in your UCAS application. So you just mention a little bit about that, and then you move on to how you've explored your academic interest outside the classroom. That's the secret to an awesome personal statement. The willingness to go deeper in terms of your academic interest. Now, there are a lot of different activities that can show you have a deep interest in your subject. We call these supercurricular activities, so beyond the curriculum, but still related. I'm going to share with you 6 supercurricular activities that you could include in your personal statement. Don't worry if you don't have them all, but also there is still time to do some of these activities and to add them to make a stronger statement. Universities want to see that you're curious to learn more, and books are a great way to do this. You'll need to mention up to 3 books in your personal statement, and that means you need to get reading now. When you mention them, you won't just list them. I read Nudge and Freakonomics because I'm interested in that subject. Instead, you'll say what grabbed you in the book, perhaps what you agreed or disagreed with. And then you might even say what it led you to do next. That brings me to our second supercurricular activity, online or residential courses. The classroom at school isn't the only place where you can study these subjects. There's a world of courses online, and there are also some exciting summer programs. You want to tell them how you dug into a specific aspect of your field and learn more because it was so exciting to you. And there are also some online lectures you can watch as well. YouTube has plenty of lectures from professors talking about subjects that may be really interesting to you. The third supercurricular activity is work experience. Work experience not only proves you're interested in a subject, it also tests your interest. Do I really want to study psychology? Or what does a mechanical engineer actually do? Work experience also gives you a chance to complete an interesting project that you could write about in your personal statement. The fourth supercurricular that can be impressive in your statement is specific subject-related clubs. So if you plan to study law or government, MUN would be a great activity. If you're interested in studying math, an honor society like Mu Alpha Theta might be perfect. And if you can get a leadership position in any of these activities, all the better. Now, sometimes you have to create your own activity. That brings me to number 5, a personal project. If you're a writer, write a short story. If you're an engineer, build something at home. If you're a business person, think about creating a startup. These are all ways you can show your interest in your course. A sixth and final supercurricular is competitions. Now, not everyone has prizes, academic awards, but A, there's still time to enter, and B, if you have any, you definitely want to list them. Academic prizes and awards show that you've committed time to be excellent in your subject and it's gotten noticed. So I hope you feel excited and you're starting to think about your own supercurricular activities or where you could build more. There is one final part of the why me component of your UCAS personal statement. That's your unrelated extracurricular activities. A lot of times you're involved in things that are really meaningful to you, and there's a place to include them on your personal statement. In one short paragraph, you might express how you swim or play the flute and how this has built your skills in terms of time management, teamwork, or dedication. It's fine to include these, but it isn't a big part of your statement. They do like to see transferable skills, however. The final thing you'll put in your personal statement is a short conclusion. It will only be 2 or 3 sentences reiterating your passion for the course, perhaps how you'll contribute to the university environment. And when you do this, try to use some slightly different words than you did at the beginning. So we have an exercise for you now to think about your own supercurricular and academic interests that prove that you are the perfect person for your course. And I'm going to show it to you now.